Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Maker Crate, which I'm very excited to see what the craft is for me this month. And so if you are new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to give you unboxings, which is what we're doing today, to give you organizational ideas, curriculum ideas, and ways to invite Christ into your homeschool space. So if you're interested in those things, please hit that subscribe button and let's get into this crate. Okay, so the Maker Crate this month is a watercolor clock. So that sounds exciting. It says learn watercolor techniques, then paint a clock face and use your artwork to tell time. So I'm excited about this because I actually enjoy doing watercolor. I just don't do it very much. So this will be really fun to try out. And let me hold this up without knocking everything over. So that's kind of what it looks like or could look like. Obviously there's a lot of different ways you could do this. So let's take that out. And then here's the guide. So this one has like that beachy kind of look, the sunset, but this doesn't have instructions in it. You have to go over here and they have video tutorials. And then this just gives you ideas. I actually really like this one. I'm really good at copying other people's ideas. And so this gives some ideas, but then it usually gives a little bit of background on watercolor as well. So first in here is our clock. This is a pretty big, intense clock. So that looks pretty cool. And we get to decorate that. And then, oh, these are all the little clock pieces. So they're on this cardboard so they don't get all ruined. And then we have some watercolor paper probably to practice what we want to do and all the different techniques. And we have some brushes. So we have a really big one. This one is a lot longer and narrower. I don't know what brushes are called. And then this one's super teeny. So you can do different techniques with that. And then, well, I don't know. There's like paints and stuff in here, I think. I don't know. Oh, there's a battery. What else is it? Oh, for the clock probably. And then, oh, is this masking fluid? I don't know what that is. And then there's a little bit of tape in here for something. And then a battery for our clock. But then it also comes with, I think these are the watercolors. And this looks pretty cool. Whoa, it like folds out like this. They're so cute and little. This is so fun. I'm excited to try these out. And then the last thing in here is a bunch of practice sheets, if I can get it out, and a stencil to practice. So if you want to do that palm tree they had on that example, and then probably some things to practice all the different techniques they're going to show us in the videos. And it looks like there's a few. This one has like dotted lines on it, probably to practice what you want to do on your clock. And then they do give us a mess mat as well because they know we're still messy. So that's what's in here. This all looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to try out some different techniques and try out my watercolor skills. I guess we'll see how good they are. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna get at it and I will let you know how it goes. so I finished doing the Maker Crate and I actually really enjoyed this. I enjoy watercoloring a lot. I just don't do it very much, and so we're gonna try to be better about it. But let me show you some of the things that I did. So they first have you start off with practicing, which I don't know if this is impressive to anybody. I don't think it looks great, but they have you practice on this sheet. So you put all the colors that they give you in this little palette, and then they have you do saturation, so just adding more water to it, mixing colors here, and then just a wash of one color. And then if you get the paper wet, what does it look like? This one's a gradient wash. As you can see, it's darker at the top, and then blending colors together like you would on a sunset type picture. This one uses the masking fluid, which is right here. So that was fun to try. I actually haven't rubbed these ones off. Whoops, oh well. I'll show you some that I have rubbed off. But, so this one still has it. You can rub it off with your finger. But that was fun to try. I've never used masking fluid before, and so it was an interesting skill. And then layering right here, so you can kind of mix the colors together. So this was really good to just kind of practice some of those different skills. And then they give you some of these like little pieces of paper that you can try out your skills before you make the clock. And so I did this one. This is an example that they show you in the videos. And so I tried it out, and it says you can use this tape to tape it down on the wax paper. And when I pulled it up, as you can see here, it had bled a little, probably because I've had too much water and everything right there. And then down here, the tape pulled up some of the picture. It didn't do that on all the things. I'm not sure why it did it on this, because this one, I did the same thing and it creates that nice border around the outside. And then I also had some tape right here, but it didn't pull up like it did on this one. And this one had tape on it longer. So I'm not really sure why this one pulled up. Maybe it was just still a little bit wet or something. I'm not really sure. But I do like how it turned out. I did some birds in the sky as well, and I just thought it looked pretty cool. I was like, okay, for a first attempt, this is not so shabby. And then I also tried this one. So this one I have rubbed off the masking fluid on here, and then some of the color still bled through. But I used the stencil that they give you to draw circles on here, and then just used a bunch of different colors kind of within the same color scheme to do this one. And then I already showed you this one that I used with tape, and then I just kind of did the gradient or mixing colors, what do they call it on here, wherever my sheet went, blending. So I kind of did the blending thing on here to create that gradient look. And then I tried out a palm tree. So again, I used this stencil right here, and then put the masking fluid on the palm tree, and then did the gradient and blending of colors in the back. And I actually think it turned out pretty well back there. I know I'm not like tooting my own horn, but I was pretty impressed with some of my skills. I was like, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. So that was good. And then with the sand, I was trying to add in some different not textures, but light, you know, so some dark over here, like if you had a shadow and different things like that. So I was playing with that a little bit just to see if I could get that to work. So those were kind of all my practices. And then I made the clock. And my inspiration for the clock came from the booklet. As most of these projects, all my inspiration comes from the booklet. And so I really liked the way that they did this clock. Obviously they have so many options. So here's one that's similar to this type of painting, but on the clock. So you could do that as well with no numbers. You can put the numbers on them. It's kind of up to you. So they come with this number thing, they're stickers. And they also have some just straight lines down here. You can't see them because I painted them. And I'm not sure exactly what you would use those for, but you could also use those for some sort of design if you want. So it has all the numbers here. And so I just picked a color, you know, watercolor this and let it dry all the way. And then I use those. So let me show you my clock right here. It's been sitting in the closet for several days. So I think the time is still right though. So that's good. It's keeping the correct time, and you're getting this horrible glare from the window and stuff. But so I obviously didn't exactly get these colors because that's kind of hard to do. I didn't know exactly how they mixed them, and it's okay because then it makes it individually mine. And so like this color and this green are a little bit brighter than some of the other ones. But that's what I did here. And for these lines right here, I just cut this tape in half and used that and just kind of measured, because here's an example. They give you 2 of these clock pages. It's kind of hard to see on this one because it's on the white paper, but there are some like little tick marks around. If I put my hand in front of it, it blurs it. So there's tick marks around where you put the numbers and then the hole in the middle. And so that kind of helped me measure where I wanted all the lines and stuff like that. So if you mess up or you just want a few different options or see which one you like the best, there is 2 of these so that you can practice another one. So even if you just want to practice and have fun with it, there's another one. So that's what I did with this. I just used the tape and then I mixed the colors and played with it till I found ones that I liked and put them on here and then let it dry. And then I put all the numbers on. And I think it turned out really good. This isn't really an aesthetic that I have in my home. It reminds me of something more sterile, even though, you know, it has color here, but it's like a hospital clock or a clock you'd have in elementary school, you know, or high school or junior high or whatever. That's just kind of what it takes me back to, those kind of days. And so I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it. I'm just not sure where it'll quite fit in our decor. So if you have ideas, let me know down in the comments because I'm not really sure. But I did enjoy this and I'm excited to do more with the watercolor. I still have tons of watercolor stuff left right here. And a lot of the masking fluid and the paintbrushes are still really good. So there's still a lot of stuff I could do with it, and I have tons of watercolor paper, so we're set. So it was fun overall. I really liked it. It's a project, it's a craft that I really enjoyed doing, which isn't always the case with all of these, but this was a lot of fun to just sit down, watch a show, and kind of just relax and play with paint. So if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.